All right, I'm hoping that I should be able to get the movements done for Operation. Hold on, I tried to put these the names down to pronounce them properly. Operation Gloust, which is going towards. Hopefully, I get this right. Łódź, the city of Łódź, I think is pronounced in Polish. I hope to God I got that right. As well as I found out that Krakow in Polish is, well, like I said, hopefully pronounced Kraków. And Warsaw is Warszawa. Man, I'm loving this stuff. So Ken, if you want to keep on correcting me and pumping me with more ways of figuring out how to pronounce things in Polish and whatnot, and German and so on and so forth, go for it. Okay, so yeah, I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to do the, at least point a little bit towards the Warsaw front, and I'll be able to do the movements for Jeff, the German Expeditionary Force here, going towards Łódź, and as well as over here, yes, the forceps are showing it, where the the reinforcements are coming in. Because they're not actually replacement units, they're actual full-fledged, ready-to-go combat units, which is fantastic. Okay, so here we go. I got multiple books out here because I just finished doing one of my play-by-play. Where the heck's my bookmark? I guess it's not the end of the world. So there we go. Yeah, and I dimmed the light down. It's daytime today, but or when I'm filming it's daytime, but it's really overcast, and supposedly we're going to get rain this afternoon, so I'm not going to be getting that nice chunk of ambient light. So hopefully I dimmed the artificial light here and use some in the background, so hopefully that won't be too bad. We'll see what happens. Shoot, come on, battery. I do have two batteries for this, but I don't want to do all the crazy editing stuff. All right. Oh yeah, there's one other thing I did want to mention, which I'm not sure if I did, is I did put in, who went in there? So the 6th Landwehr Brigade, I did pop them into to Oppel, even though they weren't in there. It's just that when the Russians surrendered last turn, I was kind of like, well, it seems kind of weird that Russians surrender and there's no Germans actually going into the town. It just seemed weird. And who cares? It's only one movement point, for crying out loud. And I did it with the infantry troop that was just to the north. So I didn't use one that crossed the river. So it's not like I was, going that way. All right, so let's go back to the original movement. So, yes. So I'm going to move the 9th Cavalry division from 2520, which is way the heck over here, and hopefully it's not too much glare. And I'm going to cross. It's crossing the Vistula and going to occupy. I should have looked this up. This name, Radom or Radom. Who knows? I'm sure it's not Radom. At 2104. Yeah, I'm giving up. I guess like this rail here to go from here to here, but the reality is I want to start causing a hell of a lot of issues. I'm still closing off the line of supply or line of communication this way anyways for the 4th Army, and I've already got the 2nd Cavalry here. Mind you, they're going off as part of Jeff towards Łódź. And God, I felt sorry, man. I was walking to the store this morning. I'm like, Łódź, all the way to, I'm wondering why people were looking at me. I'm like, oh, sorry. Anyways, yeah, so I'm going to give up that, but I want to start causing some grief for the 4th Army. So I thought this would be the best thing. And we're getting close to November, and I want to start getting, well, I guess I could have went there as well, towards the border. But I'm starting to think about that way. I mean, gosh, these guys have been around for like over a week or some, week and a half, like just zipping around here. So they're going to go to 2104. Okay. And where are you? 2104. So I actually don't go into Radom. I'm just going around. Okay, that makes sense. I kind of like that. Maybe I'm yet again a little worried. Yeah, I think that was probably No, I said to occupy Radom at 2104. So I think I got it. Oh, I think I know what I did. So we're going to have to put 2203. Okay. So I wasn't being... I'm trying to overthink my rationalization here. Yeah, and like I said, note, move the 6th Landwehr Brigade from 1008 into Oppel at 1009 to coincide with the surrender of the Russian 1st and 2nd Grenadiers at Oppel last turn. So that's that. Yep, and now I'm doing the German Expeditionary Force, which I said would be, they'll consist of the Corps HQ1, 17th Engineering Regiment, which came from the Warsaw Front up here. I'm using the little pink dude way over here just to show where it came from. And maybe I'll leave it there. Maybe I can zoom out a little wee bit, maybe. No, you can see it. Or maybe I shouldn't say you can't see it. I don't know what you're seeing. And what else? The 2nd Cavalry Division, which is going to move in a minute. And the 49th Reserve Infantry and the 50th Reserve Infantry, which are over here. And they're coming in, I guess, from the Western Front, like I was saying in a previous turn. Who the heck knows? So I've entrained the 17th Engineering Regiment at 1815. And that's these guys. And they're railing to 0803, and they're detraining. So that's exactly what's happening. Now, you may think... And that's one thing that I understand. I mean, they only have 3 movement points and engineers. I mean, you know, they got a lot of equipment and the whole 9 yards. And when I started calculating, it was kind of like, okay, you got to here. Why couldn't I just get to here? But if you look, I don't know if you'll be able to see it. I'll try to zoom in and out. Maybe that'll help. Okay, I can't remember which way I was supposed to go. I think to the left is, nope. So to the right is now. Where am I here? Did I go too far? Nope. Where are we? Oh, we're over here. Okay. So if you look, there's this little kink here, and I think that little kink is, I don't know what you would call it, an artifact of maybe the scale of this map. So I think perhaps when Dave Schroeder was making this map, potentially, like, you know what I mean, there's a town there, so that's why the train track goes that. It just seems a bit odd, like, but I'm like, okay, if you probably zoomed in a bit more, you'd start seeing towns pop up left, right, and center there. Anyways, that's as far as I can get, and they've detrained. I'm getting there. And then rail the 49th and the 50th Infantry Divisions, arriving at 0118. These guys here, and they're going to go to there. But I had already mentioned that in the previous thing. So they're going to go to here. And they're going all the way to 0904. And they detrain. And then the 49th is going to cross the Prosna and go to 1104. And you know what? Which is driving me up the tree, and I wish I'd known this originally, is it's bothering me in my mind, is like the 49 should be on top of the 50th, because I'm about to put the 50th on there, but it's too late now. But it's going to drive me all nuts all afternoon. Like, just shouldn't have numbers like that. Yeah, okay, and then the 50th goes to there. There we go. Okay, and where else do we go to? Oh yeah, here's the 2nd Division, Cavalry, 2nd Cavalry Division. Sorry, let me get some tea. At least I've switched a bit to fruit tea now, not just the straight up South African red tea. Gosh, that stuff's good. But like I said, I was probably killing my liver and kidneys. Move the 2nd Cavalry from 1508, crossing the Varta, to 1704. And where are you going? 1704, eh? Crossing the Varta to 1704. That doesn't make any sense. I'm going to 1304 or something like that. How the hell can I have done that? Move the 2nd Cav from 1508, crossing the Varta, to 1704. Makes no sense, because here's the Varta. So what in the world was I thinking of? I think 1304. That would make far more sense. Yeah. 1. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, like what in the world was I thinking? I don't know where I saw that number. Jeepers, jumping. But anyways, yeah, that makes far more sense. See, I got the little cavalry screening, this beautiful little autonomous corps group that's about to start up, which is just absolutely wonderful. Then I'm going to entrain Core HQ1 at 0808, and they've got 8 supply points, so that's awesome. Not as much as I wanted. I love the idea of having 10, as well as I'm not a big fan of just having 2 divisions for an autonomous corps group. I think I would like to have split these dudes up to have, you know, a bit more zone of control, a little bit more territory, but you got to go with what you got, so that's what I'm doing. And then I'm going to rail to 0904, and they're going to detrain. So I got to figure out which way I'm going, because I don't want to start doing the funky stuff with. I guess I can hold on here. So that's 1.2 and train, and then I'm going to go to 0904, which is right here. Okay. So 1, 2. And I think the 8th is staying there, and I think, but I am bringing 10 supply. Okay, I can go all kinds. That's a beautiful. I mean, look at this, man. You don't see this in Russia. Practically every hex has got a flipping rail line in it, man. It's amazing. So 1, 2, 3. I guess it doesn't matter. Okay, good. So we'll just go straight to 0904 and detrain. There we go. And then I'm going to transfer the 10 supply points. And hopefully, like I said, I'm not doing anything weird, but when I was reading the rules, it didn't seem like you can't transfer. Yeah, we're going with it. Transfer the 10 supply points in Breslau at 0807 to the entrained 8th Army HQ at 0704. And that's that. So I'm going to add that. Well, I'll just put it there for later. I'll know. But so the 8th Army is entrained in just, I guess, several more cars or whatever, carriage cars or whatever the heck they're called, coupled up, and away we go. Is that it for these guys? No. What am I talking about? I gotta move all these guys. Oh yes, create, and here's another one. It didn't. I don't think I'm being weird again. Create Core HQ 6 with 8th Army HQ at 0704. So you don't have to see that, but you know it'll appear there. And I don't think I'm being weird. I mean, they're still on a train. Everybody's talking to each other. All they've said is, okay, you guys can go onto this carriage car, whatever, and you know, we'll hook up a train. I don't know, but anyways, I'm going with it. Then I'm going to rail. Oh, I already said I'm going to rail that, and then I think I have to go to my second book because we're doing these little bits, and that's it. And like, yeah, this thing was just I wish. That's I wish I could have attacked you, but I just don't have enough supply points, and I just don't have enough things in play. And because yet again I'm using the old CRT, which, you know, it basically essentially becomes ineffective at low. Holy cows, are we getting dark now? It gets really, it's just ineffective at, you know, very low. Excuse me, low strength points. All right, so here we go with the last dudes here. So I'm going to entrain Core HQ 3 at, darn it, I should have probably looked up how to say Kattoritz too. Well, another thing for me to do. Entrain Core HQ 3 at 0810 and rail to Kattoritz at 1511. And yeah, this was yet again because the Russians have been, well, I mean, good on them. They're being smart, cutting rail lines every 5 seconds. And, you know, congratulations. You're causing me grief. But not as much grief as you think because, like I said, the Germans have got rail lines all over the place. Yeah, so they're just going to 1511 in Kattoritz. There's going to be a lot of people you're going to hear in Kattoritz in a minute. That's for sure. Entrain the 3rd Reserve at 1209. Where are you? 1209. And rail to Kattoritz at 1511. See? things you can... it's just amazing what they can do. Detrain and move across the border to 1610. And like I said, I'm trying to give this... well, the Russians were doing it anyways, but the Golden Bridge, get the hell out. But it's going to be mostly for the First Army when we get over there. It's going to be like, really get the hell out. Then it's the 69th Ersatz Brigade at 1010. Where are you? There you are. And I'm going to rail them to Kattoritz at 1511. And yet again, I had to be a little, but trust me, I did check to make sure I'm not going more than 2 divisions over a single track. Then to Kattoritz, and then move across the border into Austria at 1611. Boink. There we go. And then I'm going to entrain the 19th Landwehr Brigade at 0909. And rail to Kattoritz at 1511. And detrain and move to 1609. Oh yeah, I can just do that. And the reason why I did this brigade and not that one is because I just wanted this extra little... well, it's also got woods there, but I was like, you know what, you can... yeah, anyways, I'm happy with what I'm doing. And then entrain the 6th Landwehr Brigade at 1009. And rail them to Kattoritz as well. So everybody gets to see Kattoritz, that's for sure. I'm sure the people in Kattoritz are like, yes, more Germans coming, man. This is awesome. And at 1511, detrain and move to 1610. But like I said, when I was reading up about Kattoritz, with the 1919 Versailles Treaty, 85% of them voted to remain in Germany, and the Versailles Treaty said, tough, you're going to Poland. It's just crazyville. Anyways, so that's it for the, well, what I was calling the Tri-Town area, the Tri-Town front. I think that's it. And, yeah, this has got to go, but, oh, darn it. It was just something I was thinking about. I just don't have enough things ready. They're getting there. Like I said, we've got another Corps HQ here. It's going to go there. 8th Army HQ is going to go up to the Prego River front next turn, but I was trying to like maximize... oh, it's just so irritating, right? I mean, you can't move while you transfer. I understand, but it's frustrating as a person trying to get everything coordinated and whatnot. It's like, oh, darn it. But yet again, if I'd planned way ahead of time, I maybe would have less darn it moments is what I'm trying to get into. Okay, that's it. I think the third bit will be... it shouldn't be too much, and I hope to goodness I can get this done before I go to see my friend with the computer later. Because after that, there's no recombination for the Germans. I checked because it's just been too much craziness going around. And then I'm off to the Russians, and yes, because I want to start planning those guys out, especially with I have tomorrow off. And there's definitely going to be some freaking combats for that, that's for sure. Okay. And here we go.